Well guys, back again on another rankings video. Today we're looking at the late, the great Nerf Rebelle. This is a series that was supposed to be for girls. That's just what it was. Had a lot of blasters. We're actually looking at 45 blasters. This line had very interesting stuff, bad stuff, everything from everywhere. A lot of bows for girls, probably because of Hunger Games, but like, come on. This line is a bit strange in its own right. But with that, let's just get straight into it. Starting off at 45, we got the Heartbreaker Bow. This thing is poo-poo. This thing has one dart. It also has a holder that with extra darts you can take off, which is cool, but it holds one dart with probably some of the crappiest strings ever. And this is a spring blaster. True. Two. It does not use the string whatsoever. It's a little spring inside it that you pull back with a string attached to it. Pulling back a spring. A thin little string is pulling it back. So it's very uncomfortable and not nice and just really like janky feeling. And when you just pull it back, and also the pullback is literally like 5 inches. It's not a bow pull. It's like there's a little pull, release, and the dart goes barely anywhere because it was just not good. This is, in my opinion, one of the worst blasters to ever exist. The string idea just did not work well, and it was terrible with this. They fixed it in other bows. Not any in Rebelle, I don't think. But it's just bad. At 45 is the Epic Action Bow. Nerf, come up with some better names. And this thing is just completely injection molded. You can tell it is just a jolt with a string attached to it. It's still one shot, has no dart holders, looks terrible, and doesn't even look nice feeling. Like, you can even see the jolt. Its plunger tube is halfway through the barrel. Like, this thing has to be terrible performance, and also the string is not going to pull back that far. This one's at least better because it's like the Thunderbow and stuff. It's better because the spring is a different spot, better string at least, but it's just one spot better. These bows are not good, guys. At 43, the Aero Tech. This thing, people were actually excited for this. This was a long time ago because it's a big, cool bow that fires arrows and has a cool mechanism for it. What went wrong? Well, the string is fine. This one actually uses its string to fire it. What went wrong was the mechanism, because it was so bad. The slightest little movement or knocking on it will send arrows everywhere. Holding the arrows into place is bad. It just did not work. The mechanism was flawed at the start. It is cool though. The trigger, pull the trigger, rotates the cylinder to drop an arrow in there, pull the string back, fire. The issue is the mechanism just was too not secure, having arrows just falling out here and there. Cool idea, awful execution. 43. At 42, once again, we have this piece of poop. The only thing I give it, it has 4 darts. That's the only thing that puts the strong heart above the other bow. It fires 4 darts, and it still has that crappy little priming thing. This one at least looks a bit better, but that prime is terrible. String will snap eventually because the string is just not good in this design. And yeah, that's why it's here. At 41 is the Code Breaker Bow. This thing's actually pretty cool. It's a stringer. It's pump action. 8 rounds of capacity. It's cool looking. It's actually comfy. I have one. What went wrong? This thing uses a code system to unlock it. And it has so many locks in it, it makes it no longer work as intended. This thing, you can unlock it, you can do everything. Sometimes, trigger just not gonna work. Just not gonna do it. Sorry. It's so inconsistent with its locking stuff. It's so bad. It's actually bad. To make this thing good, rip out every lock this thing has, because there's too many. I have done that, and it works perfectly fine. But it cost me the pump action. But that's my fault. No, I'm not saying it's this thing's fault. That's my fault in general. But yeah, this thing, cool idea, cool stringer, cool looking. The amount of locks makes this thing awful. And with that, number 40, the slingback. This thing, we know this one. You should, at least, if you're younger in Elite. It's the little thing, you load a dart in it, you pull it back with a little tension string, you let it go, it fires okay. It's just a fun little toy. It's like a slingshot that fires a dart. And yeah, and it has dart storage. That's about it. It's a stringer that you put a dart in, and you literally pull it back yourself and let it go. This thing had to be no more than $5, and I'm putting it above everything else so far. Because at least this thing is actually pretty fun, and it works pretty well. 40. 39. What is this? Diamondista. The shiny bow blaster. Sorry, cannot read that word. This thing is like this. One shot, but it's a cool little crossbow that you pull back, and it's a stringer. You load a dart into it, you pull the trigger. Fires pretty decent, but it's a really compact stringer. It's, I think, actually the smallest stringer Nerf has ever done. It's actually pretty cool. Issues, it has locks in it that when you prime it, there is no unpriming it without a dart, which kind of sucks and will weaken your string. And sometimes will not fire because of that lock. Nerf Rebelle was completely destroyed by amount of locks. Stop with all the locking, make it more firing, doing what it's supposed to do. It's still perfectly good though. Handle is the bone handle that Rebelle did for a bit, and it's bad. But it's a cool blaster. It most of the time works as intended, and it's just a cool little stringer. Nothing bad with this. I like it. 38. Another bow, guys. Can you believe it? We have seen nothing but crossbows, bows, and slingshots so far. We have the tribute bow. It's just a actual bow that uses its uses its string to fire the Rebelle arrows. You just pull back, you fire, and yeah, it's actually a bow, and it actually decently works, and actually fires arrows. 38. Nothing really bad to say. The look of this thing is terrible. The bowstring, you're still not pulling that thing far, because the arrow will not let you pull back too far. But it's a bow. It works. 38. 37. The agent bow. The cool little red thingies that you get to see secret messages like hi and hello. The agent secret stuff just really wasn't. Why is that in this line? This is just a better version of that. It looks cooler. As a trigger, I'm not sure what the trigger actually does, to be honest with you. But yeah, and it comes with another arrow. And it's bigger. So yeah, that's why it's one spot ahead. An actual decent bow. At 36, is the wing speed. This thing, have you ever seen the Zuru bows? The the things that fire 100 feet, and if you get hit by them in the stomach, you collapse. That's what it was kind of like this with the collapsing bow, but it fires the arrows, and it's just a small little bow thing that collapses and is pretty actually cool. It's decently small. You could like put this on your back or something, whip it out, throw an arrow in there, pull it, fire. It's actually pretty good. Uses string power. This is one of the better ones. It's actually pretty cool. Good idea, Nerf. Should have saw more of this. At 35 is the knockout gallery. I have this blaster actually. I don't know what's wrong with it, but this thing is terrible. This is supposed to be a jolt, but this is probably the worst jolt I have ever had. Sorry it's so blurry, bad image. But this thing is awful. It's just, think of a jolt, but instead of hitting 50 FPS, it hits 30 FPS with a very small trigger and terrible ergonomics that do not feel good in the hand. So it's 35th. We've made it 10 blasters, and this is the best thing we got so far. I'm sorry. Sorry, this is the girl line we got. At 34, the True Point. This is one of the newer ones, if this thing actually even exists. I've never seen this thing anywhere. The iron sights look awesome on this thing, but this thing is just one shot with 2 darts of storage, laser, and T-pole. And it actually looks pretty cool. Honestly, I think I'd like this more than like the Night Finder. It looks cool. I mean, I would love this. It's probably bigger than the Night Finder, but it is cool. Never seen it anywhere. I don't even know it exists, but this came up on the Rebelle wiki. So it's awesome. I would love one. This thing's actually pretty good. Nothing bad with this. Trigger's a bit tight, in my opinion. 33 is the Angel Arm. The jolt that holds, I think it's 1 or 2 extra darts on top. This actually performs better than whatever the heck this thing was, and is actually pretty decent. And yeah, it's actually nice handle, bad little back part on it, but holds extra darts a little bit bigger. It's like a micro shot in today's size. It's like a micro size. But around T-pole, which is also good, and I like it. It's not bad whatsoever. Then we have the Fire Pink, the pink one. Then we have the white one with cool purple. Then we have the cool camo one. I'm just putting them in the order of what I like. Then we got the rose one. And then we have the Rockstar one. Heck yeah, guys. Rockstar. Then we have the blue one. I just like this shade of blue. It's actually one of my friend's favorite colors. And I think it's cool. And I like the green. And then the pretty parsley is, I think, probably a really good one. I like the blue with the purple. It's just really nice. And yes, there's so many of these. Yep, this was the final one, 26. I think this is the best color scheme. I'm pretty sure this was, I just had to double check. This is the best color scheme. At 25 is the trilogy. It's just a triad. Actually, probably better ergonomics. Probably performs worse because it's the same idea as the Jolt, but I do not have this. Probably performs a little worse, but a little bit better ergonomics. 3-shot triad. Yeah. Nothing really else to say. Not bad. Not bad at all. 24 is the Mini Mischief. The fold-up one-shot pistol, which is actually kind of cool. Think of a... what is those things? The butter the butterfly knives, but as a blaster. That's really cool. Folds up well. Kind of looks like a Wii remote, kind of with that little thing on the end. But yeah, it's cool. The T-pole's a bit weird though. That hook thing does not look comfy and looks a little too thin for my liking. But it does decent. It's one shot. Seems to be okay. The trigger looks terrible, and the handle also, just because it's a trigger that's separated. Because, you know, it does have to fold up. 23 is the Platinum bow. Wherever this is. This is the best, one of the best, if not, I think this might be the best bow. Do you know the Dude Perfect bow? This is the Dude Perfect bow, but one arrow, and actually looks pretty cool. It's a big bow that's a massive arrow. This is the only thing that came with that arrow except the Dude Perfect bow. This is literally the same thing. This is just the Dude Perfect bow, but the original version. And this thing is huge. It's very big. This is probably Nerf's biggest bow they ever made. Yes, bigger than the Thunder bow. Don't even know it exists, really, though. Never seen it. It looks cool. Could probably never find the arrows for it, because this was a one-of-a-kind thing. Except, you know, also the Dude Perfect arrows would work, but probably have the Dude Perfect bow. But yeah, this thing is really cool. It's just a big bow, uses a string with a big arrow. Nerf. This should be your main arrow you use from now on. Unless you probably lost the rights to Dude Perfect or something. I don't know. 22. The Grace Fire. It's a little cool pocket pistol. T-pole, one shot. Very fancy. Like, very like, suave kind of thing. Cool. Chain. I would take that off almost instantly. The blaster itself is kind of cool. It's like a Derringer type thing. 21. The Flip Side. Another bow on this list. The last one I still think is the best bow. This one just works a bit better. You know the Zombie Strike Flip Fury? Think of that, but as a bow. I actually had it, and I actually wasn't bad whatsoever. The issue was it was too big. I had to get rid of it. This thing is, I would say, around the same size as the Thunder bow, but just thicker wise. But yeah, the trigger on it, you press that trigger to flip the barrels, you pull the string back, let it go to fire a dart. It doesn't feel the best with how it fires on the string, but it is pretty cool, works decent. It's like, if you want a bow, you might want to go with this one, because this is the most ammo you're going to get that actually works pretty well. 12 rounds. 20. The Focus Fire. This is a 5-round crossbow. Scope looks terrible. Again, it's just a Springer. The bow arms and string does absolutely nothing. It's just for show. That stock is absolutely terrible. It's way too small. 5 rounds. 20. There you go. 19 is a Secret Shot. This is a 4-round little blaster that is a bag. You actually fold it up, and this is actually pretty cool. I honestly really like the idea of it. I've seen someone make it a med kit, which is awesome. But yeah, it's a little bag. You press that diamond on top. It flips out the stock, and you have these two really small handle and pump. But you holster, you put it up on your shoulder, you prime it with its shotgun prime, you pull the trigger, fires a dart. You got 4 darts, and it's just a cool little pistol. Like, you know, this is only for kids. Like, this is just fun. You grab this thing, like, hey guys, come take a look at it. Press the button, and everyone goes wild. But in an actual, like, Nerf 4, no. It's a 4 shots. There's no, like, actual sights or anything. It's not great, but it is fun. So 19. 18 is the corner sight. Corner sight. Sorry, I am dyslexic, guys. My bad. This thing, I actually have this thing, and it's actually pretty nice, actually. The handle is beautiful. It's top prime, 4 shots, and you can bend the blaster. And those little mirrors, you can look around corners. But the fact is, the mirrors are terrible, and you can't see anything. But it can bend around corners, and it is pretty cool. And it has actually a little. You see that little line at the bottom? That is actually a little compartment for 2 darts, I think. It's just a very bad compartment, but you could put 2 darts in there, and to have something like that, it's cool. It is pretty big, but it is for 4 shots. It's not bad. Like, this is a perfectly reasonable blaster that even I would take to a battle, like a stock war. I would have fun with it. 18. 17. The Pink Crush. This is supposedly a bow. Literally I don't think I know anyone who got this thing and didn't rip off those bow arms almost instantly. But yeah, it's a Springer. You use the back prime, you prime it back, pull the trigger, fires 1 dart, and looks beautiful. Handle is amazing. Nerf the little, loop on the handle for a sling mount. This is what you should keep doing, Nerf. This was perfect. If you're going to put a sling mount in a handle, you do this. You make it ergonomic and nice. Not like the Strife or anything else. This was perfect, Nerf. Bring it back. But yeah, 1 shot. Pretty powerful, actually. But no onboard storage or anything. But cool looking. 17. 16 is the Star Shot. Another crossbow. Why? This thing, take off the bow arms, they do nothing. It's another Springer. I'm pretty sure it has 1 or 2 darts of storage on it, but it's a 1 shot. Has a little laser on it. Prime fire. There's a cool little iron sight on it too, though. So that's why I put it a little bit above this one. It is a little bit bigger though, so take it as you will. 15. The Spy Light. This thing has a laser on it that does nothing and is terrible. Get that thing out of here. The actual blaster itself is beautiful, actually. 6 rounds, top prime, Slamfire. I'm not completely sure, but the handle. I held this blaster at a thrift store. It was a bit too much for my taste, but the handle is beautiful, and this is actually a really thin blaster. It's actually pretty crazy how thin this blaster actually is in person. And the handle feels amazing. This is probably one of my favorite handles in all of Rebelle, surprisingly. It's weird. Doesn't look that comfy, but it is comfy, honestly. And I do like the flared trigger that Rebelle does. Like, Nerf, bring it back. Bring back flared trigger. But yeah, 6 rounds, top prime. It's just nice. Nothing really else to say. It's just a nice thing. And the laser even has another rail on top if you want to put another thing on top of the laser. But yeah, just a good pistol. Nothing really much else to say. 14 is the Messenger. This is one of Nerf's best 3-shot blasters. Skeleton handle, which is bad. It's not good. It's just not good. But if you fix the skeleton handle, which you can with putty and stuff, it hits hard. It's really easy to modify, but even not modified, it hits hard. It's a T-pole that fires 3 shots, and the air restrictors in this thing are immaculate. These air restrictors are the best. So it's just powerful. 3 shots. Small. It's very small, actually. Like, I would rather have this over a Triad any day. 14. 13 is the Luminous. It looks a bit cooler. It has a pretty interesting handle, to say the least. It looks cool. 3 shots once again. but it glows. It glows in the dark with lights. That's what the trigger is. That's why I put it one ahead. It glows. That's why it's a little bit ahead. But this is definitely better to holster than this thing. 12. One of the latest. One of the final ones. The Fortune crossbow. Actual well working crossbow. You remember the Codebreaker bow? Well, crossbow, but it's Codebreaker bow. That's what this should have been. 6 shots that uses the actual string with almost no locks. It's top prime, which honestly I would have liked it to be bottom prime instead, shotgun prime, but it's not. But the handle, the trigger looks actually pretty nice, and this thing is, well, take it from Wallcom, it's Nerf's most quietest blaster. It's silent. Like, if you want to do like a CQB kind of sneaking around type of build, this is it. It doesn't get much quieter than this bow. All you hear is the string firing. And yeah, 12th. It's honestly a nice quiet little thing, and it's pretty dang good. 11. The Allen Giant. Don't know what that is, sorry. This is just a Alpha Troop. Wait, no. It's just another Nerf top prime blaster. It's mag fed. Better ergonomics, but you don't get a barrel. That's about it. It's just do I have it near me? It's not an Alpha Trooper, it's the other one. Sorry, I'm blanking right now. But yeah, it's just a top prime Springer, mag fed. It's 11th just because it works. Cool ergonomics. And yeah, 11th. Cool darts too. 10th. The Guardian Crossbow. This is another Springer. Rip those bow arms off and you get a pretty nice 6-round pump action blaster. That's actually really nice. Beautiful handle. Stock. Pretty nice. Little tight, but not bad. And 6 rounds of easy reload in front. Can't really go wrong with that. This is a cool little low capacity rifle. Nothing. I mean, I would use it. It's just nice. It's really nice. 9. The Courage crossbow. This, I think, is the last. Is it the last? I think it's the last one. The last actual stringer. Because it is the best stringer. Because it is so basic. It was released again in Zombie Strike. But I think this one's the better one with that blue. All it is a small crossbow that actually uses the string to shoot it. You pull back the string, you put an arrow in that, pull the trigger, fires pretty well. Nothing much else to say. It just fires well. Like one lock in it to make sure you get the arrow fit in there well. And yeah, just works. Stringer crossbow. Small, actually it's a pretty small one-handed blaster. 9th. 8th is the Power Bell. This is just the rapid fire thing from Dark Tag. It's a complete ripoff. It's 10 rounds of full auto, slow full auto, but full auto. Load in the front, pull the trigger, it does inch. That's pretty much its full auto ability. And yeah, it's just electric full auto blaster. This is the first electric blaster, I just realized. Huh. And it was a ripoff. Huh. 7th this is it. This was the final thing released, which was surprisingly released just a few years ago. This was pretty much the end of Rebelle. Well, Rebelle ended way before that. This was just a release in Rebelle for some reason. Technically, it's not Rebelle, but come on, it has to be Rebelle. It's the combo. It is pretty much 2 blasters in one, 8 darts total. So, this one's going to need some explaining. The blaster below is a 4-shot T-pole blaster. You prime, pull trigger fires. Just a little bit too short of stock and stuff, but it works. The top blaster is a 4-shot bow. They just pull and release. It's a springer, so that the string doesn't do anything, but 4 shots. The cool part is if you connect them together, they now work. They now work in an interesting way. The top bow that never had a trigger, it was always pull and release, now can prime. So if you prime the bottom blaster and the top one, they both will prime and stay primed. And when you pull the bottom blaster's trigger, they will both fire a dart. So now it's a shotgun. And that is honestly really cool. And I really like that. This should have been done a very long time ago. Color scheme is beautiful. Awesome and innovative idea, Nerf. I give you props for this one. But it's in the end, it's still just an 8-shot blaster. 2 4-shot blasters and, just 4 shots because shotgun. But yeah, it's at least something different. And Nerf, good job. Good job on this one. 6. The Fearless Fire. It is the Nerf minigun. Nerf Tommy gun. It's I think it's like 20 rounds. Very cool shell, very beautiful, sleek. That's what Rebelle was known for, and this is one of the pinnacles in that. Just a flywheeler, 20 rounds, semi-auto. Just very comfy. I want one. And yeah, it's beautiful. Nothing real else to say. It's just a Nerf Tommy gun. Right here. And one of Rebelle's best. 5th. The Dauntless. This is same 3 shots as, the other ones, like the glow-in-the-dark one and stuff. But this design, I love. It's really cool. It looks like a pirate pistol, but it's powerful with 3 shots. T-pole. I just think it looks really cool, and it deserves up here. Just because it looks awesome to me, and it packs a punch. So, it is 5th. And what I say is also what at least the community set thinks, because this thing will run you a pretty penny compared to the other ones. The other 3-shot blasters. Number 4, the Rapid Red. The Rapid Red, this was the sleek Strife. Yeah. It's just the sleek Strife. I'm pretty sure this took its own magazines too, which is weird. I'm not sure if you can actually put Nerf mags into this one, because this mag was a bit different. I think you can. You have to look that up. Don't take my word for it. But I'm gonna say no, because every time I've seen this thing on the field, it's been used with its own mag. So it's semi-auto flywheeler. Just very sleek, no front barrel, no stock. It's just a sleek Strife. 4th. 3rd, the 4 Victory. This is a Hammer Prime 4-shot blaster with a pretty nice cowboy handle, and even comes with a holster that is very terrible and bad. This, if you want a powerful hammer action blaster, it doesn't get much more powerful than the 4 Victory. This thing just works. Its air restrictors worked well. It's powerful. It packs a punch in its first couple shots. And yeah, 4 shots. Pretty nice. I honestly really like this one. 3. 2. The Sweet Revenge. This is the better hammer shot. Say what you will, but it's the better hammer shot. Better ergonomics, better handle, just cooler looking even. It is hammer action, 5 shots with a beautiful handle. Nothing really much else to say. The hammer shot's handle was just bad, and this just fixes it. So, beautiful. Sweet revenge. And what could possibly be at number 1? Haven't we gone over every blaster? Not quite. Because number 1 is a reskin of the Sweet Revenge. The Sweet Destiny. Beautiful purple. Cool, like feather. That's why it's number 1. Still, better hammer shot. Purple's nice. I like the purple with pink. Number 1. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this one. This might not be my best one, but I've done plenty before. I've ranked Elite. I have done Ultra. All different types of stuff, like Zombie Strike. Like even just all of X-Shot. Even I've done that. Please go check out my my actual channel, and I have a big list of these guys I've done. Forget what they're called. Playlist. I have a big playlist of them. Hope you like this. If you like my stuff, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for getting me to 300 subscribers. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.